Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun. As we all know, carp fishing, especially those of us like myself who are right tackle tarts, does cost a lot of money. There's several £1,000s worth of gear in this shed. You know, I've got well over £1,000 on my pod, but at the end of the day, is what's on my pod catching me the fish? No, of course it's not. It's a couple of quid, you know, swivel, hook, and the bait that I'm using at the time. What rod I'm using, what pod and alarm, which bed chair, doesn't really matter. And I just wanted to do a day's fishing with, you know, I've done it before. Where I've been fishing with, you know, just a bit of line and a hook, just for a bit of fun with the kids. So tomorrow I'm taking this bad boy out. It's a yellow junior fishing set, $4.99 from a local bargain shop. The landing net, £1.99 from Pound World. Not a pound, I know, but let's face it, when it's pound, I've never been a pound anymore. So yeah, a little 6-foot rod. You know, paint it green, put Nash on it. It could be a sawn-off. And yeah, we're going to go down to Killock Farm, just up the road, for a couple of hours, just to see what we catch. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a disappointment. We're going to bag up. It's full of fish and some really nice looking fish in there. So why don't you sit down, make yourself a coffee and come along for the ride. Alright guys, so we're going to go around now to Willows. I've got my under a tenner set up here, and we're just going to go down to the lake I have fished before on the complex, which is Willows. It's about an acre, well maybe two, and yeah, it's always done well for me down here. Like I say, the weather is a bit weird today. It started off raining. It's just the sun's starting to come out now, but we've got a strong wind, so I do apologise for the really bad audio if there is any. Apologise as well as if the video is a bit up in the air, because I'm using the GoPro chest mount, so I've got my hands free. Problem with that is I don't see what you're seeing, so but I think what we're going to do is go around the back end of the lake. And that is the only problem with this rain we've had as well. It's just how bad it's so boggy down here. Well, I am the only one fishing here today, and I've just found myself a rod rest. Result. Yeah. So in a few years' time, when these stockies get a bit bigger in here, it'll be a lovely lake. I mean, you've got the island there, overhanging trees, bushes. It's a really nice little complex. It's right out of the way. It's one of the farms, wind turbines there behind the car park. It's yeah, really nice lake. See lots of fish up here. There's quite a lot moving there by the island. So I always tend to check out the back here, back end of the lake. It's generally a really good swim. Should be a bit more protected from the wind here as well. Lots of fry down in this corner. Right. Let's chuck this down here. Right, I'm already rigged up. I've got a couple of maggots on there. I'm just going to chuck some of my magic mix out. I mean, this mix has literally got everything in. There's bits of dung-bale boilie, there's all sorts of pellets, bloodworm pellet, high leakage pellet, the cell match pellet from Mainline. Yeah, so it's got a bit of everything in, as well as plenty of various goos. Just going to chuck a couple of good handfuls in there. Hopefully the fish should get straight on that. If you saw my previous video from here a couple of days ago, I was on the top lake and the fish were going crazy for that. So, I mean, I'm not quite sure how good this rod's going to be. It's, oh, and we're straight in. Okay, it's not a carp, it's not what we came here for. It's, yeah, first fish on the 3.99 rod. It's a little roach. There we go. Oh, chuck him back. Not even going to bother changing the maggots yet. I'm going to do it as I normally would and just flick it back out and see what else we can get. Already got interesting again. So I think that pellet's really brought the fish straight in on it. That's gone up quite a bit. I don't know if that's... They do say there's tench in here, but I've never ever seen a tench. I'm just going to sort my bits out while we're watching that. I've got some nice worm here as well. Also some hookable pellet, which I can use. You see all the small fry now just sort of disturbing the water. I'm just going to check that. Might see what else I can come up with here. I might put a worm on, see if I can tempt this. As I say, there is carp in it. Nothing massive, because obviously it's a, I think this is more of the pleasure lake, it's a matchy lake. But the whole complex is absolutely full of, you know, stocky mirrors. So let's chuck a worm on that and we'll have a look at that. God, I'll tell you what, it's alien using this. You know, I'm used to my 12 footers. So it's a bit like just taking the top section off your carp rod and fishing with the bottom end. It's a really weird feeling, and the reel is so clunky. But then, what do you expect for £3? I'm hoping you can see what I'm seeing. I do have my phone. Couple of knocks there. I'm hoping by using the worm I'll get through some of this fry. I'll get through to a bigger, slightly better fish. There's one just crashing by the island there. As I say, these lakes are absolutely packed with fish. And generally finding them isn't hard. He says as we wait for a bite. So there's so much oil in that pellet, I can just see it pinging up to the surface. It's obviously being pecked at quite heavily there. I'm just going to try it a bit further out and Starting to see a lot of fizzing from out there, just past the glare line. Bites. Yeah, it's a bite. It's lifted. Really, this line is so thick, I can't. There we go, that's a bit of a better fish. Still not a monster. Another little roach. This isn't quite what we come down here for. It's good fun. Right, hi guys, so we're up at the top lake now. Up until now you've seen me catch, you know, what this rod I suppose is meant for, a few small roach and just generally having fun with on the lakes. We're down here, I've just got the carp going here. You might remember this spot from one of my earlier videos this week, up at Killock here. It's basically the top lake, which is, as you can see, absolutely heaving with hungry fish. So I've got some worms and some pellet and things there, I'm just chucking that in. So what I'm going to do is basically put this £3 bargain basement fishing rod to the test. Just going to flick it out. I don't imagine it being too long before there's some action on that. Oh, problem is there is quite a big common down there that I don't really fancy hooking. As you can see, it's literally fish everywhere. There's another nice common just in front of me there. See my float just out there. It shouldn't be too long before something takes the bait. I mean, to be fair, if I blank here, I'm going to probably give up fishing. If I put it down where I've been feeding the free offerings, that might help things along. Right. So I'm literally just standing in front of me now. You can see all the fish, slightly large common there, and there. Oh, he didn't quite have that. See at the end of my rod tip there's that common. I'm a little bit concerned about how I'm going to play this fish because this cheapy reel doesn't have a drag or a back wind, so we might have some problems. Oh, just going to readjust that because they are picking it up, but just not getting the hook grip. The lips, oh there we go, the worm is slightly over the point. Let's try that one again. Let's drop right down in front of them there. Oh. Problem is you can see them picking your bait up, and it's quite nervy. There's a little mirror down there now sucking at it. As I say, I don't know if you guys can see this properly, but there's so many fish down there. Big common right by my float. Let's float's zooming away there. Chuck some more bait in there. So I mean the commons are lovely, but I think hooking one on this, I mean I've probably only got 100 metres of line on there. As I say, I'm not quite sure on the breaking strain of this particular line. Let's just dump him back there. I think there's so much activity here, it's working out what's actually a bite and what's just movement of the float from the fish. I mean, in all fairness, I could just put my landing net in and catch one and say job done. There we go. Right, as I say, this is going to be a bit awkward. I've literally just got the bail arm open. I'm using my finger to slow the line. I don't know what breaking straight. Oh, and he's pulled. Let's try and put a bit of pressure on him there. And it's slightly backfired on me and the hook pulled. So let's try that one again. I don't think it's going to be long before I get another take. Let's dump him in there. So hopefully you can see what's going on. Plenty of fish down there. Oh, too early on that one. Oh dear, it's the large common there. Oh, that was not what I was expecting, to be fair. That's a bream, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. That's a little bream. Oh no, it's a little crucian. Nice. Slip him back in. Quite what I was after. Still a nice little fish. It's not one I've actually had from this lake before, so it's a bit different. I'm just going to flick it back out on top of him. Slightly caught up here. This line, it's like elastic. It's really weird. It just coils up. That big common out there. There's plenty of fish nosing on the bait now, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well. So I think that little crucian there just spooked my spot. That's some of the goo that I've got in a spray bottle. If you haven't seen that, it might be worth checking out my video on the cord of goo that I've turned into a spray form. Just going to chuck another handful of pellet in. And you see how quick they come back in once that bait hits the water again. It's quite incredible, really. I think the stocking in here does need a bit of a tweak. Although it is nice to come down and easily catch fish like this. I wouldn't necessarily say it'd be the sort of thing you'd want to do every single day. I've got a big common down there now, right on top of that. I'm kind of praying he hasn't picked it up. That's absolutely mad. I know a few people that are probably still blanking this though, so let's not speak too soon, eh? Just going to dump it a bit out there. There's a couple of nice commons in amongst that again. Problem is, there's so much activity here, I'm struggling to sort of see what's bites and what's the fish banging on the float. Alright, so I'm going to dump it in front of him. Let's stand up a minute. They're actually right up on the bank, look, pretty much beaching themselves. Let's try a bit further out. Past all the craziness. I think there's too much going on down there. There we go. Oh, hook pull. What I'm trying to be careful of as well is, obviously there is so much going on down here. I obviously don't want to get into the realms of foul hooking the fish, so more bait out just to keep them interested. There's so many fish down there. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this properly. I know I'm putting a bit more in just to keep them interested. I think why, but you know, it's just a case of, I guess it's like pre-baiting on another lake. You just keep the bait going in, little and often, and that should keep them interested long enough to grab one. I'm just going to chuck that out there. As I say, really worried about how this is going to handle a fish, because I've got no back winds, no drag, and there is a couple of double figure commons in amongst that lot, and there we go. Right, so I'm actually just, bail arms open, I'm just holding the line with my finger. Oh, and I can't even reel. Oh. So there's nothing massive in here other than the, so there is a couple of double figure commons. So I'm hoping I can get this in fairly quick, and that should I think that's my swim ruin there. There we go. So it actually handled better than I first thought. So I'm just gonna, because we're just down here with a little float rod, I'm not gonna get him out of the net. See him unhooked. So we'll just have a quick gander at him, and then we'll just slide him back in. So I say that's a typical mirror for this place, say Killock Farm up in Bude. You know, 3 or 4 pound, maybe 5 if I'm being generous. So they're all stunning fish. Just going to slip him back in there, look. And there we go. So you can catch decent fish using a bargain basement fishing rod. I don't think anyone doubted it. I certainly didn't. As I say, you don't need thousands and thousands of pounds worth of carp gear to catch fish. It just looks good. So I'm just going to chuck the rest of this in for him. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Let's say it is possible. You don't all need 300-pound dye-well rods to catch decent fish. You just need some bait, some hungry fish, and a stick for all intents and purposes. So don't forget to subscribe. There's going to be lots more videos like this, lots more sort of intuitive videos and content.